What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Commander. Oh, well, I almost. Well, that was my old name. My old name was Commander Awesomeness, and that was like from the last video. But I'm actually started getting used to this new name. But my name is New England Gauntlet. So that's my new name for the channel. I'm pretty excited about it. It's gonna be representing the my mind is blanking. Hold on a moment. My home roots. There we go. Of New England sports. For those of you who don't know, I'm a Patriots and Red Sox fan, so I gotta pay homage to those guys, to those teams rather. It's pretty much like the same thing, but anyways, yeah. So tonight is the Sao Paulo game. So for those of you who are Brazilian, I'm sorry, but I don't speak Brazilian, so bear with me on this one. I'm obviously not gonna be speaking Brazilian. Again, it's unfortunate for those of you. Again, I'm yapping a lot. I'm sorry. We got a division rivalry. Is where I'm trying to get at for tonight's game. Friday Night Football in Sao Paulo, Brazil. How about that? We got the Kansas City Chiefs who got absolutely annihilated by the Eagles back in February. I love to see it. I love to see that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you in the channel love to see that as well. And taking on the Los Angeles Chargers, who I'm trying to remember what happened to them. But I believe they were in the playoffs last year, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on a moment. Yeah, I have no idea what happened to them. That's why I got my phone. I'm gonna look it up as we speak. Okay, Chargers. It's not showing up. Of course, it's not. Okay. It's probably gonna be a really long video, but my brain just sucks ass. But whatever. No thanks to that. Schedule. We'll go to 2024, but I think that's Okay. It's not showing, so. Oh, wait. As we're in 2020. Bro. I wanted it to be in 2025. 2024. Why is that show? Oh. Wait, I'm still confused. Yeah, I have no idea what happened to them back last year, so I guess you guys can just make me feel like a dumbass in the comments. But anyways, I'm taking way too long for the intro. We're gonna jump right into the simulation. So without further ado, let's jump right into things. Let's jump right into things. Patrick Mahomes versus Justin Herbert in prime time action, baby. Let's get it. It's gonna be a good one. I have no idea if Sao Paulo even exists in Madden 25, but we will soon find out. Okay. Let's see. 8:15. The game actually starts at 8, but okay. Wait, is it Estadio? Oh, hang on. So, no. Even more Googling, because why not? Okay, at Corinthians Arena. I don't even know if that exists, but it doesn't look like it does. Okay, wait. Lions Arena, though? I mean, that's in Brazil. I guess we can just play it there, but the only problem is it's gonna have to be played at 4:15. So I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. But again, it's gonna be in Brazil, so yeah. Okay.
Today, from Allianz Arena in Munich, Germany, this is the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah, this was right. I guess we'll just pretend this is a night game.
We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is expanding across borders as we join you from Munich, Germany and fabled Allianz Arena. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis
Munich,
on
Germany?
kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
Bro, Google literally told me this was in Brazil. Come on, liar. Okay, it's gonna get a pretty long game, a pretty long video, but who cares? Yes. Okay, let's try this again. How about Estadio Azteca? Where the hell is that? Mexico City. Okay. I guess we'll just play this in Los Angeles, I guess. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but yeah. So unfortunately, Brazil doesn't exist in this game yet, so we'll just suck it up and deal with it. So LA fans are getting the game in LA tonight. For Brazil fans, I'm sorry for pissing you guys off, but be mad at Madden, not me.
Tonight, from Los Angeles, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And before kickoff, Charles, quickly your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I can give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives your defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. Here's Darius Davis on the return. There he goes left side. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
It's tough enough to play defense anyway, but after a return like that, now your mindset has to change a little bit. Instead of going out and just getting settled in the first few plays, you have to be prepared for just about anything.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. First carry now for Gus Edwards. Down inside the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on third down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up fourth down.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Well, great field position for them, Charles, to start that drive, but not a lot of yardage to be had. They do, however, come away with a long field goal.
Yeah, that's a plus. I mean, give them credit for that. They start the game 3-0. Don't come away empty-handed on this opening possession. And one other thing, it's a 50-plus yard field goal. Let's give the kicker a little respect as well. Those kind of kicks aren't routine.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco headed right. That's some strong running. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. Again, it's Pacheco. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down at 7. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Forced out to his left. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 19. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. A throw left sideline, falls incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart and not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead. But down here, I thought they were going to hand that off. Instead, a well-designed play and the pitch and catch for the touchdown.
And I wonder who came up with it. Was it a call from the bench? Did the quarterback have a good idea and suggest it? In any event, clearly an effective play call. They saw something they liked in coverage, and they targeted it for the short yardage throw.
And the perfect way to cap their opening drive. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It is fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now it's Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles about the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Second down and 4. Herbert off of play action. Now a deep one for Johnston. That's caught inside the 20. And this will send him up nicely deep down at KC territory. A big pickup of 38.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? Guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen, but this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. He'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 and the 6. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Here's Herbert. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Once more, Edwards, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On first down, Mahomes. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Moore, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner is giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2 yards to go, second down. Off the option, it's Edwards-Helaire. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch can be made cleanly.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, this from 39. Butker's kick here is good, and they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Play action. It's Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnston. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. Herbert setting up the screen here to Edwards. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Herbert operating from the red zone. His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Edwards. And he is going to lose yardage here. Credit the stop there to Leo Chanel, getting into the backfield and stopping him in his tracks.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Again, it'll be Edwards. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And this incomplete. Oh, my. He might have been celebrating in the end zone if he'd held on. Nearly picked, but instead, it'll bring up 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
And still yet to find the end zone. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they're still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The KC offense, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
But I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 55 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he's just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. We'll get this up to about the 44.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. This will be caught by Brown. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw is Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs 1st down as he'll get this down to the 36. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Open man right side is Rice. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Pacheco gets it up the gut, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Here's Pacheco once again. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Now here's Mahomes. Touchdown! Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs are able to widen their advantage. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Butker now to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. Herbert now. That one completes to McConkey. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now the red challenge flag makes an appearance as Andy Reid wants a second opinion. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Lines up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. 3rd and 9 here. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert finds Johnston. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Herbert. And connecting here with DJ Shark. First target, first catch, and a first down. They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 31-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31. On the handoff, Edwards. And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely, pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. And we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking to throw. Herbert working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Edwards, and he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6. Back to throw. Herbert over the middle. It's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Looking to throw. Herbert able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here. That pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Edwards will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown.
Sometimes offensive you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And this is now a 1-point game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They're going to look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Quick slant caught by Moore. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And Brown's got it for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, are very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Butker on for the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Hollywood Marquise Brown who finishes it off with the touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Herbert complete to Johnston here. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it, as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And able to get this out to the 25.
Shut it down! Shut it down! Let's do this!
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Mahomes now on first down. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On second down, here's Mahomes. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Returnable here for Davis. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down LA.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On first down, it's Herbert. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Screen play.
Good call there on first down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Open man, it's Palmer. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very typical route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 2nd down and 8. Again, it's Edwards. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
They'll run the toss here. Edwards trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and it kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They'll look to run with Edwards. And Edwards trying to push forward, but unsuccessful. They stop him short of the marker. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm, because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
After the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 9. Mahomes now to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people now.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Looking to throw. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down at 7. Here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Herbert on third down now. That is caught. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. And Nick Bolton there on the tackle. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this one finds McConkey. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be fourth down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Mark, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And after the interception, they'll take over with good starting field position here. Down by 2 as they begin with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they have regained the lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Here's Mecole Hardman taking it about the 1. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time as we have now reached the end of the third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Chiefs on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That gain on third down, good for 28.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but it did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Nothing else here on 3rd down. It'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the 1st.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. They couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pass hauled in by Johnston. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Herbert now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. And with that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. Up the middle, here's Edwards. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Herbert's throw pulled in there by Johnston. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Herbert on 1st down now. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking 1st down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a 1st down.
And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So it's a drive that ends in 3, and I know that line sounds familiar. It's because I've said it 7 times now, and that leaves him one short of the NFL record of 8 field goals in one game.
It has been a lot of settling for 3, but I tell you what, it's nice to know that you have someone this reliable to turn to.
After the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. The Chiefs offense set to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Rice. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st.
But it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in, went heavy. No surprise I know he's going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Quick slant to Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll look to throw here. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Mahomes to throw once more. This will be caught by Brown. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on a touchdown pass. And the Chiefs have taken a 4th quarter lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
So now a big spot here as the Chiefs will indeed go for 2. Mahomes will throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 1. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation. Take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and we'll still get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. The 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Edwards. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 41.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. This caught left side by the tight end Parham. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Now it's Herbert. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that's an aggressive shot to take. They definitely need a touchdown, but now you paid yourself into a corner because it's fourth down. And if you don't get a conversion here, that could be the end of the comeback.
Here we go. This is fourth down. Herbert gonna throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Take a knee. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Pacheco. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carried around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
for the Chiefs here, and no surprise it was Patrick Mahomes who really led the charge.
Yeah, there's no question who the star of this game was. What a performance throwing the football. Over 300 yards, 4 touchdown passes. That's quarterbacking at an elite level.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Alright. Wow. Looks like Patrick Mahomes really was insane in this game. Alright, we're gonna look at the stats now. So, Patrick Mahomes went 445 with 307 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. And his longest pass of the day was from 28 yards. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert went 28 for 43 with 286 passing yards, and no touchdowns and no interceptions. And his longest pass of the day was from 38 yards. For rushing, let's see. Hold up. Gus Edwards had 24 rushing attempts for 81 yards and a touchdown, and his longest run of the day was from 90 yards. And Travis Kelce had 9 catches for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns, and his longest catch of the night was from 19 yards. Marquise Brown had 8 catches for 106 yards, a touchdown, and his longest catch of the night was from 28 yards. And Xavier Worthy had 2 catches for 8 yards, a touchdown, and his longest catch of the night was from 4 yards. Alright. And then for blocking, Wanya Morris allowed a sack, and Rashawn Slater allowed a sack. And then for sacks, there was only 2 sacks the entire game, and one was by Charles Omenihu and Khalil Mack. Both of those guys had sacks. For kicking, Cameron Dicker made 7 field goals, and his longest field goal was from 56 yards. And Harrison Butker had made 2 field goals, and his longest field goal was from 49 yards. For punting, there was only 1 punt the entire game, and that was by Matt Ariza for 47 yards. For kick returns, Darius Davis had 7 returns for 201 yards, and his longest return of the day was from 56 yards. And Michael Harmon Jr. had 9 returns for 223 yards, and his longest return of the night was from 31 yards. And then for punt returns, Darius Davis had 1 return for 17 yards. And that is pretty much like all the stats from the game, as the Kansas City Chiefs continue to dominate the league, defeating the Los Angeles Chargers in LA or Sao Paulo, 35-28. What a game! I got a little hair right there. All right. Whoa, we got something here. Oh, okay. All right. And that is pretty much gonna be the end of the video. So it's a pretty long video. So sorry about that, but it was a pretty fun video overall. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning to this video. If you guys are into this video, make sure you guys leave a like, hit that subscribe button down below if you're 130. We're on the road to 400 subscribers. And with that, I hope you guys have an amazing year tonight. And as always, stay awesome. Stay awesome as always. But well, yeah, that's always the goal. Just gotta stay awesome every single day. Be you and be awesome. But yeah, have a good night, guys, and I'll see you on Sunday. And as always, go Pats.